toxic relationships in general, I hope God sends you people that are gonna uplift you and become boastful about you. I hope He sends you people that are gonna say, yeah, that's my girl right there. Look how good she looks. That's my girl there. Yeah, she just graduated school. That's my girl right there. Look, she got a new job. She got a new promotion. Look how she grew back her hair. Her edges are coming back. Like, look how good she looks today. Lost all this weight. Looks great. Just had a baby. Looks great. Just got married. Looks great. I hope all my girlies out there find friendships like that make you feel like that boss that you actually are on the inside and out.
I'm going to need you guys to cut off these friends of yours that are actually your enemy. You're not seeing the red flags, but let me tell you what they are. One of the biggest red flags for me, and a lot of other people seem to let slide, is a friend that is always constantly making a joke at you for a group laugh at your expense. Why do you think that that's funny? A lot of people say lighten up, take a joke, but what's funny about putting someone else down in front of a group for the group to laugh? Like, that's very weirdo energy to me. I don't understand that. I think that type of humor is so immature. It's not for me, and if it's for you, bye. Another red flag. The friend that likes to speak fear into your dreams. As my friend, shouldn't you be encouraging me to dream big? That, the world is my oyster and I can do anything? Instead, it's always, are you sure you should do that? Do you think that's a good idea? I don't think it's gonna work out. Okay, well, bye again. Another one, someone that finds a little too much joy in your misery. Like when you're going through things and you're venting to somebody and it's not that they're too invested in it, but it's like they actually find enjoyment in your misery. It sounds crazy, but it took me so long to realize some people like when you're going through hard times. Like for some reason, it makes them feel good about their lives. Red flag. Goodbye. Lastly, the friend that does not actually even like you. They talk behind your back, but for some reason, instead of just not having you in their life, they want to have some type of access to you. So they're nice to you, but you hear all the crazy things they say behind your back. And it's just like, we could have just not been friends. You didn't have to go around and about to other people. You could have just told me you didn't like me, honey. And honestly, a lot of the times it comes from secret jealousy. Somebody telling other people that you think you're all that. No, you think that I'm all that, and that's okay.
Love it when I make you mad, but maybe we just love like that. Yeah, maybe we just love like that.
Happy Tuesday, OTG, and welcome back to another video by me, Letitia Marie. If you are new here, OTG just stands for On Time Gang. Now it's also Tuesday, and if you're familiar with Tuesday, you know exactly what that means. Tuesdays are tea time with Tish, and that's when we spill all the tea going on in my life, in the world, all the chaos going on. We're gonna spill that tea together. Now, right now, this is not tea. This is almost like an iced latte that I put a little bit of rum in there. So we will be drinking and having fun this Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas Eve to all of you guys that do celebrate, and Happy Holidays to anybody else out there. Today, we're gonna be talking about toxic friendships, setting boundaries, and when to know to let people go. Because a lot of the times, I feel like we want to hold on and harvest like our relationships with like men and women and stuff like that. We forget about our actual friendships with regular people. It's all important. All important, including family members as well. So we're gonna start off with my personal story time about having toxic friends, bad relationships with people that I consider my friends. So to start off, we're gonna talk about some friendships that had ended this year. Yes, at the age of 28, I had some friendships that ended, and that is okay with me because y'all was serving no purpose. So to begin, the first friend that we're going to talk about, this is someone that I met probably about 5, almost 6 years ago. Now, this is somebody, I called her mom. Her mom would offer to babysit my daughter. Every Christmas we see each other, give gifts to one another. Her mom made wonderful drinks as well, so I buy like Christmas flavored drinks and stuff like that from her, Caribbean flavored, you get what I mean? So like sorrel, rum cream, one punch, etc. and so forth, right? So let's fast forward to this year. I got let go from my last job, which is fine. And then the boss that we had at the time, that man all of a sudden could not stand me no more. Cool, no problem. This friend still worked at the location. We were still talking for maybe like 4 months after I had left, and after that, I don't know what happened. So while I'm leaving, she messaged me. She goes, this too shall pass. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what happened, but this too shall pass. Being very encouraging and very supportive, as you should, because you're my friend. Now, I was going through my own personal stuff during this time period as well, and her birthday had passed in July, and I was supposed to go away on vacation with her. I chose to opt out, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't going nowhere with you because her best friend lived back home where she was from, and the best friend wanted to pick and choose everything that we were doing. And like, granted, you're from the country, I get that's why I want to plan out the trip, but I'm like, yo, we're supposed to be going for Carnival, and these costumes are not expensive, you want me to pay for. I don't want to spend $1,500 to $2,000 on something that I think is hideous. Worst off, my friend didn't like it either. But this girl trying to say, well, she has a man paying for her stuff, so that's why she wants this costume and blah, blah, blah. Well, girl, we don't got no man paying for our stuff. We paying for our stuff. and we're paying for Airbnb and all these other extra things. Let the girl pick what she wants for her birthday. Is that not your best friend? Would you not want to see your best friend happy on her birthday? That doesn't make sense to me. And for my ex-friend now, that's what she should have known from them, that this chick was not her friend. So for me, I was turned off completely from this vacation. I said, I'm not going. So July, I was going through a lot of stuff. Her birthday had passed, and I think I forgot to wish her happy birthday. But yo, life happens. Things happen. I went on vacation a month later with a couple other friends. She runs back to the boss that can't stand me and tells him, oh, they're all on vacations together and blah, blah, blah. They start scheming, feeling like they can't trust one of the girls I'm on vacation with because she's still my friend. You were my friend just the other day. You only have this job because I hired you. And I could have fired you. This same girl, guys, cooked waffles in my store one day for a little stupid white bitch that didn't even want her. She's come late numerous times, stealing commission from some of my staff, belittling and disrespecting people and lying on them and things like that. And I didn't fire her. She had enough write-ups for me to terminate her, and I never did. And her mom would tell her all the time, you need to keep friends like Letitia because, you know, it's hard to find good people in the world. So if your parent is telling you, and remember, this is why we're important to our elders. If your parent is telling you, as you grow up, it's hard to find good people, why are you going to throw away the 1-2 good friendships that you do have? So all of a sudden, I go on my social media, and I realize we're no longer following each other. And I'm like, what happened? And you know when someone blocks you, so then you both unfollow each other, but then they unblock you so it doesn't look like anything? That's basically what she did. You should have just kept me blocked if you're really about that life. Because I'm not going to go on your social media after we're not following each other. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyways, I ended up messaging the girl, and I'm like, yo, if it was you that ran back to that man talking about me, that's disrespectful. If you're supposed to be my friend, how could you do that? You know the girl didn't respond. She didn't say nothing to me. Didn't even leave me on red. I think she just ended up blocking my number, which is fine, and that's why I know you're guilty. I should have known from before that we should have not been friends after you started acting like this, because I didn't do anything. What did I do to you? If your argument is you didn't wish me a happy birthday, sis, I was going through something. That doesn't mean you're not my friend, because she went and posted stuff while she was on her trip, and I was commenting on all her posts and stuff. I'm like, oh, you look so pretty, whatever. I'm glad to see you finally got out the country and whatever. So to me, we're still cool. What's the problem all of a sudden? This girl run back and tell people that I forced her to take a management position in the company that I work for. Sips tea because that was nice. Anyway, sips tea because here what? Now she's the manager of this location, and now she's being disrespectful to all the rest of the people in the store. But I thought I forced her to take a position. If you didn't have that position, you wouldn't be the manager of the store. But now you want like your crap don't stink. Because my big sister went to that store the other day, and now all of a sudden the girls are staring at my sister's face like this. My sister called me on FaceTime, and we're kikiing on the phone. And the guy my sister's with, he's like, oh, like, what's the girl's problem? She goes, oh no, she doesn't like Letitia. And for what reason? We don't know. Because the funny thing is, my sister also didn't do nothing to you. You were just eating cooked food with her one day. So why are you being disrespectful to her? Say, greet people. Be respectful. She didn't do nothing to you. The last time I saw you in person, it was hi, bye, how are you? It was respectful. What happened to that? And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Be mindful of people in your circle and evaluate who's around you, because not everyone that claims God means God. Be mindful of who's around you. And I'm telling you guys, the best prayer you're going to ever pray before 2025 is remove them people away from you that are not for me. Remove people that are a blockage. Because I'm telling you guys, once those people get out of the way, the jealousy is out of the way, the envious people are out of the way, you're gonna get some good blessings in life, okay? Because a lot of those people carry toxic behaviors and traits around them that's gonna block a blessing for you. Now, in saying that, this girl's also at my birthday, me, my custom rose flowers and everything, put the glitter on it for me and all that type of stuff. So you think with a friend like that, we were always cool? I guess not. But you're jealous and bad mind, because obviously I'm no longer there and I'm still prospering. I'm able to take my trips and I'm still okay. Granted, you know, there's some stuff I wish were a little bit different for me. But in saying that, the fact that I'm still the strong-willed woman and I'm still doing what I have to do for myself and for my kid, clearly you're jealous of that, because I literally did nothing to you. But anywho.
All right, y'all. Story time. Well, quick story time. Imagine showing up to a dinner that was supposed to be for 3. You get there and the host tells you, no, it's for 2 people. It's been reduced to 2 people. Okay, that's fine. So 2 people from what? 2 people from 5 people. So it was supposed to be 5 people at the dinner. But it's reduced to 2. Okay. Walk me to the table. I want to see. And you walk up to the table, y'all. You walk up to the table and find the person who invited you to the dinner is face deep into the menu, acting as if they don't see you walking towards them. What is my life, though? What? And as you approach, first of all, I've put a couple motherfuckers cheating before, and this felt worse than that. So when you get to the table, you know, you're like, hello, I know you see me. Why are you acting as if you don't see me? It's, oh, I didn't know you were coming. As if I'm a ghost. What do you mean you didn't know I was coming? What? What? Okay, you didn't know I was coming, but I just called you 3 times whilst I was outside, and you didn't answer. You literally let my phone calls go off, and you let the phone go to voicemail. But my thing is, people do not give a how anything makes you feel. Why? I have your location. So you don't care. You don't care that I might have felt some way. You don't care that it made me feel any way. You don't care that I came out of state because I don't even live here anymore just to be at dinner with you. So me, I feel like everyone knows me for keeping it cute, keeping it very cutesy, being very mindful, and very demure. But no, this one, this was it. This was it for me. Yeah, that was a good, that was a good one. So yeah, I kept it cute. You know what I'm saying? In a different area, kept it cute. Okay, so we got another individual here. Okay, having dinner with you. Okay, so you no longer felt like I was coming. Not that I was late or anything, y'all, and y'all know me to be at the least an hour late, and I'm on time because it's a work day. So not only did I work my 9 to 5, but I showed up to your dinner just for you to act as if I wasn't showing up. Crazy, crazy, crazy world. So instead of walking away, y'all, all sad and droopy and no, we ain't doing none of that. Turn right to the host. Hey, can you give me a table for one, or can I sit at the bar, or is there reservations for that too? Because guess what? I pay for my own dinner, and I was gonna pay for dinner anyways, but I got my own. You know what I'm saying? I like nice things too. So we're gonna sit right there. We're gonna eat at the same restaurant. You're gonna be on the other side. I'm gonna be on that side. And let me tell you how God works. I ain't even pay for my bill. Someone sent me dessert. Yes. And they paid for the bill. Just saying, have a good day. You're so beautiful. That's it. Literally wrote that on a receipt. Because God don't play about me. He caught me twice. Don't forget that.
This is the most dangerous person to have in your life, especially if they're a friend. I'm currently reading 48 Laws of Power, and I found one of the laws particularly interesting because I feel like it really directly applied to my life, and I feel like a lot of us actually experience this, and we don't understand how dangerous this kind of person can be in our lives. This is Law 10 out of 48, and it says, avoid the unhappy and the unlucky. You can die from someone else's misery. Emotional states are as infectious as
normalize setting boundaries.
But you're actually only participating in your own disaster. The unfortunate draw misfortune onto themselves and will also draw it onto you. Associate with the happy and fortunate instead. It's literally talking about somebody who can't take responsibility for the things in their life. They just have this constant victim mindset, and bad things are always happening to them, and they're always talking about those bad things, and eventually that will rub off on you. Energy is contagious, and so you want to be catching the best energy, not the worst. And something else that I find interesting too is that people who have a victim mindset are always looking for other people to blame. Because they can't take responsibility, they'll always put blame on other people. And it's only a matter of time before they start blaming you for their misfortune. They'll turn you into the villain of their story. Because if you're more lucky than them, if you're happier than them, if anything good happens to you, they are going to get so jealous and so envious and start wishing for your downfall because they're going to blame you for the unfortunate things happening in their life. This is literally the most dangerous person to have in your life, and if this exists in your life, I highly recommend a way to cut them off. Follow for more mindset and manifestation techniques.
Let's talk about setting boundaries now. Setting boundaries is really important amongst your friend circle. Stop letting anyone play around with you and your peace. One thing about me, especially this year in 2024, I've learned to protect that peace. And going into 2025, I'm going in there with some strong ass people, and I'm so grateful for every last one of them. I'm so thankful for all the new friendships that have formed. My daughter made a friend with one of my neighbors down the street, and I'm so thankful for them. Like, they're so kind. We're very similar in terms of how we parent and things like that. I want more mature friendships like that as I'm growing up. I don't want any more of these fool friendship where these girls are running after what this boy opinion. I don't want no more of that. So the friend I set a boundary with, this is what happened with this one. So I made my little story time, about my toxic job. And obviously you don't like everyone that you work with, so it is what it is. Some people found Storytime hilarious. And the most funny, I said bad things about people that still work there or are actually my friend, and they laughed. They're like, yo, the wig changes sent me. They did not find offensive something that I said. So why would you find it offensive to anything I'm saying to you? You don't even work there no more, and you don't associate with half of that work there. This girl comes to me, and actually, sorry, before she comes to me, she talks to my other 2 friends about me. And then they come back and say, yo, this is what she said about you. So when it's time for me to call her, I'm like, yeah, you're asking how I'm doing, but tell me how you really feel, because they already told me what it was. She's like, yeah, I just feel like you're being a bully, and as your friends, we're supposed to call you out on that. Me, a bully? At this big age? No, I call it as I see it. And I've always been that way. Because people that I'm talking about know how I feel about them. And if they don't, they're being delusional. Because even at my old job, my boss made it clear to a lot of people, leave me the hell alone, because I don't play that. I'm a realist. I left home at 18 years old. Not willingly either. My dad kicked me out. And it was a rough patch for me. This makes it 10 years since I've been by myself, as a matter of fact. So the boundaries and the walls I had to build up started when I was a kid. And I don't play that with nobody. My safety was at risk from a young child. And I won't get into that story right now. If you're interested in that, I'll do a story time about that later on. My safety, even from that age, was compromised. So I don't play when it comes to my mental health, my boundaries, and anything like that. If I don't like you, I'm not going to hide that from you. That's just how I stay. So I'm in my little story time. Cool. She says, I'm being a bully. I'm not being a bully. Then she's talking about she's going to have her birthday dinner, and she's inviting people that I don't like. Why am I coming into a vicinity where I don't like the people to be fake and smile on their face? I'm not doing that at this big age. Mind you, this girl is 6 years older than me. The fact that you're that much older than me and you find it necessary to bring people that you don't even like around us doesn't make sense. Quality is better than quantity. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Be mindful of the friends around you. Make sure they have your best interests at heart. If I don't like them, you're not supposed to like them. If we're beefing, we're all beefing. We need to normalize that with a lot of friendships. And you know what? Granted, even if I don't talk to them, that's fine if you want to be their friend, but do not discuss me with them. That's where my problem comes in now. So now she's talking about inviting this person, but then she told us that her man don't even like this person, and her man does not want her around this person either. So then why are you their friend? This doesn't make sense. She invited the same person to her birthday the year before that to buy bottles and stuff like that. Not because they're friends, but because she wanted him to purchase bottles and stuff. But then she dogged our other friends that were there because they didn't want to pitch for a bottle on her birthday. She's like, well, I don't know why they're acting like that. I hate going out with people that act like they don't have money and ray-tay-tay and blah, blah, blah. So then why are we your friends if you're going to talk about us that way? I'm being a bully to someone that I can't stand, which don't make no sense to me, but you're picking on people that we actually are friends with? Make it make sense. This is the same individual talk about, oh yeah, I'm not friends with this person no more. I fought this person. I'm not friends with this person. I don't like this person. You don't think you're the problem? Because clearly you're the problem. So I told the girl, I'm not coming to your birthday because I don't want to be a part of that. Again, I went through a lot in 2024. I don't want any more headache. I don't want to be a part of this. And then I hung up on her. And that was, I didn't technically I did. I said bye and then I clicked it. At least I said bye first. Anyways, birthday comes. I did not wish her a happy birthday because obviously I'm upset. When you're grown, can we please normalize how we express ourselves? How I express myself is being quiet. When I'm quiet, leave me alone. Because that means I'm probably contemplating something, I'm thinking about something, I'm trying to figure out how I feel before I address the situation. I guess she did not like that. Because I go on my social media like a few days later, and then I realized she blocked me. The reason why I noticed that she blocked me was because you know when someone DMs you and the pictures are in like the first few people that you regularly talk to, the picture wasn't there no more. So then when I go to try to find her, I realize that I'm blocked. But not only I'm blocked, but like my daughter's social media is blocked as well because I want to start artist content journey and whatnot, even my fashion line, whatever. I realized all those things are blocked. So I called one of our friends that also did not go to his birthday. And she's like, nah, I'm not blocked. You didn't go either. And you low-key feel the same way I do. So what's the problem? Here's the problem, people. You see when you set boundaries for yourself and you will not tolerate foolishness, and you made up in your mind, listen, I'm not dealing with this type of behavior and people cannot run you the way they want to, that's when they start to block you and try to get rid of you. Because it was weird because she kept my daughter's godmother and my sister on social media. Instagram is not a real place, babe. I don't need to go on there and see nobody that I don't care to see. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because I did not actually have an issue with you. I didn't like your actions. There's a big difference. And if you had asked me like a grown woman should, what's your issue? Or why do you feel this way? I would elaborate further if you needed me to elaborate further. I don't like the fact that we're supposed to be gang. My child calls you auntie. You're like family. And you continue to put people around us that we don't like. People that if something happened to us right now, they wouldn't do nothing for us. If something happened to you, as a matter of fact, they're not going to do nothing for you. Because you know what's funny? An extension of the story, when I went to drop off Christmas gifts at my old job just these last few days, the people that had an issue with me, when I walked up and I started looking like they saw a ghost. They looked like they saw a ghost. Nobody could look my direction like me. And how I stay when I don't like you, if I don't necessarily want to say something to you, I'm gonna look at you like this. I'm gonna give you a dirty look. I'm gonna make sure you know, listen, we're not cool. So it's best if you move. Nobody could keep eye contact with me when I was in that store. So if I was a problem, if people didn't like me, or if you had something you wanted to address, this was your moment right here to address it. So when I spoke to one of my next friends about it, she's like, yo, remember, they're not gonna say nothing to you because what problem do they really have? They know that you guys don't get along. So what are they gonna really say to you? And at the end of the day, people, these are story times. This is me making a joke out of stuff. It's supposed to be funny, ha ha, he, like this. Don't take offense. I tell people all the time, don't take offense to nothing that I say because it's a story time. I'm sure when you guys are talking about me, if I hear what you're saying about me, I might get upset too, but you're to expressing how you feel. You're entitled to how you feel. Opinions are like assholes. We all have one, and it's okay. I cannot be mad at you for having your own opinion, just like you should not be mad at me for feeling how I feel. I'm a human being. Anyways, those are a couple of friendships that unfortunately had ended for clear reasons, and I'm okay with that. Because from those people have exited my life, I have less anxiety. I have less like who's watching me, what I have, who's looking at me in a type of way, who's talking about me behind my back, and I don't know, like who's talking about my weight and stuff like that behind my back. Because yes, I know some of y'all were talking about, oh, did Letitia gain weight? Yes, the F I did, and so what? We all have a belly, so what's the problem? Anyways, I don't need any more friendships like that. I'm content with the girls that I have around me currently. I've known a lot of them. One of them I've known since I was damn near 4 years old. My other godson's mom, I've known her since I was 12. My next godson, I met his mom like a year ago, literally like a year ago, and we're very much close, and I love that for the two of us. My other dogs, you guys have seen her on here before. I talk about her name all the time. Well, there's a few of them whose names I mention on here all the time. There's a few, and I know exactly who they are, and I love them dearly. And then I have other people, we might not talk every single day, but they know it's all love. If something were to happen to them right now, you know she's running up there for you. If something happened to me, I know they're gonna run up for me. They buy me Christmas and birthday gifts. I still buy them Christmas birthday gifts, and I don't have to see them and talk to them every single day. Those are the friendships that I'm valuing. The friendships that are adding something in positive, not only into my life, but they're also pouring into my daughter. I value friendships where even if you don't like me, at least you're pouring into my kid. That matters to me. We need to normalize, again, friendships that are feeding and fueling something in your life. Listen. If Jesus had to wash the friends with him off, actually no, let me change that up a little bit. If Jesus had a Judas, I want everyone to understand we can get Judas in our life too. Sometimes it's better to be by yourself than have 10 people that are doing nothing for you. There's another girl I watch on YouTube every now and then, and for her birthday last year, I felt so bad for her. Her friends were not cheering her on. They stole money from her on her birthday. Like, they were just doing the most on her birthday. How are you the girl's friend? That's so strange to me. My hope for anybody watching this video right now about fake friendships, setting boundaries, and just, you know, toxic relationships in general, I hope God sends you people that are gonna uplift you and become boastful about you. I hope he sends you people that are gonna say, yeah, that's my girl right there, look how good she looks. That's my girl right there, yeah, she just graduated school. That's my girl right there, look, she got a new job, she got a new promotion. Look how she grew back her hair, her edges are coming back. Like, look how good she looks today. Lost all this weight, looks great. Just had a baby, looks great. Just got married, looks great. I hope all my girlies out there find friendships like that that make you feel like that boss that you actually are on the inside and out. But I do have a TikTok compilation for you guys. We're gonna watch other girls talk about their story times with their bad friendships, things that they picked up on that they didn't necessarily in the beginning, envious, jealousy, all that type of stuff. One girl's gonna talk about a child's godmother, which is crazy. I could not imagine my daughter's godmother being bad-minded towards me. And you know what's funny? I can even share a story about me and my daughter's godmother, y'all, because in high school, I was not the nicest person to her, as a matter of fact. In fact, I got suspended the first time for fighting, and part of it resulted from how I was picking on her. People like, you're so fake. That's how that started, actually, because I was mean to my child's godmother. But the way our friendship is right now, you could never do nothing to that girl, and you could never do nothing to me, and vice versa, without us defending each other. And this is where growth and maturity comes from. If your friendships do not know how to test the times of hardship, that's not your real friend. Granted, you're not gonna have problems with all your friends, but the same way you believe in that man's gonna come back to you and you guys can fight today and he's your best friend tomorrow, y'all need to work on some of your friendship with some people too, because they're not always the problem. Sometimes you are. But let's go watch all these videos together, because y'all, they were very interesting.
Yeah, I never had a friend that secretly did not like you like that. Like, they give big weirdo vibes. I have, and these are all the things that they typically love to do. First thing is that y'all are in a secret competition with each other in their head. You got a promotion at work, well, they got a bigger promotion at work. You accomplish a fitness goal, they accomplish a bigger fitness goal. We'll just always find a way to make it seem like they are better than you. I'm not saying people can't talk about their wins and their accomplishments. Like, you know, you should hype yourself up. When it gets to a point where you have to bring me down to put yourself yourself up, that's a red flag. You're weird and we don't need to be friends anymore. Second thing is that they love to give you backhanded compliments. They can't say anything nice about you because it truly irritates your soul. They just can't. They love to point out your flaws. They love to embarrass you. They're looking cute, you looking a little spiffy. They can never come out their mouth and just say something nice. They sit there stank in the corner, me mugging you because they're miserable. Another sign is that they don't match the energy that you give. You know, you're a good friend, so you'll call them, reach out to them, show them that you support them because that's what friends are supposed to do. But when you are looking for that in return, oh, they're nowhere to be found. They will make time for everybody but you. Then when you call them out on it, they give you some sorry, soppy excuse, and you just like, do I look like Boo Boo the Fool? I'm not dumb. So if you have a friend who does any of those things, you should probably get rid of them immediately because you may be friends with them, but oh, they are not friends with you.
Y'all ever been friends with somebody who low-key don't like you? Like, you know deep down they moving funny. I have like so many friends who've been like low-key haters, and these are the things that they typically do when they don't like you like that. I think the first one for me is always gonna be them backhanded compliment. People who are haters, they will find any way to insult you, take a jab at you, hurt your feelings, and then laugh it off like it's a joke. Like, but be for real. Like, they'll try to make you feel like you're not that girl, like you just mad basic, mad blah, and it's just like, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to be gassing each other up. Why are you hating for? Like, the next time for me is when they don't invite you out to places. Like, they purposely leave you out and exclude you from like everything. They'll invite everybody out to a little social gathering. They will purposely exclude you. They make it like their life mission to exclude you from things and to make you feel left out. The third one for me is going to be something I like to call energy vampires. They will suck the living daylights out of you when it comes to asking you for help. They basically like use you. They use you for everything, but when you ask them, you know, to reciprocate, oh, they're gone. You cannot find them. They pull a Houdini. Adios. In my personal opinion, a friendship should be mutual. It shouldn't be one person just taking, and one person just giving. We should equally pour and take out of each other. Y'all make sure you're not friends with no hater. Like, that's not cute. You don't need them in your life. You're not nobody's fan. They're not a celebrity. You're not chasing up behind them. Just get rid of them and keep it pushing.
I had a friend who was very much, I considered like a sister. She's probably the only adult friendship I've had where I've literally fallen out with, like, ever completely. Yeah. Which is really crazy because we were like family, and that's very, very hard. It was like a messy divorce. It was really, really weird. But the thing is, and then, you know, we posted about this the other day, like, somebody's not calling you because they owe you an apology.
Yeah. I think we all reposted it.
Repost. You know, and it's interesting because, to your point, it's like, I can look at this person and say, this person was a good friend to me, but then I can also look at the ways and be like, they weren't a good friend to me, but also still have compassion for the fact that, like, I actually don't think that you intended to hurt me, but I actually know so much about you that I have compassion for the way that you don't even see yourself operating in this life.
That's real.
So that has actually helped me make peace with letting go of the anger I think I felt towards her for many years, because I definitely felt so hurt, and I was like, no, you knew what you were doing. And then after, I was like, wait a second, you know this person intimately, very, very closely. You know why they operate like that. This is not just you. They do this with everybody. So it really allowed for me to make peace with that. And, like, even through the hardest parts and the, you know, the realities that came to surface of that relationship, as much as I could still feel hurt, I don't feel angry.
Storytime on how I found out my best friend of 5 years, my baby's godmother, actually hated me our entire 5 years of being friends. And yesterday, she confessed to me after 5 years she never liked me. She hated my guts the entire time. And why you should vet your friendships just the same way that you vet your relationships. Me and this girl was friends since 2020 during the pandemic, like early 2020. We met on social media. I think it was even 2019. We hit it off real well. We had the same interests, I'll just say that. We didn't officially meet up in person until I moved to Atlanta in 2021 because she lives in South Carolina and I was in New Jersey, New York. So obviously coming to South Carolina was not in the plans. We building a friendship. We're getting real close. I get married in 2021. She was already married for 2 years when we met. So our husbands met. They got super close. We had this whole like family group chat. We all close and da. Right? We are like peas in the pod, all of us. I say peas in the pod, I mean families meeting each other, hanging out at each other's houses. We even felt comfortable when we found out we were pregnant in 2022 that they were going to be our new baby's godmother and godfather. So this all is catching me by surprise. Had to give you a little backstory. Yesterday, I get a call, ring. Catches me off guard, completely off guard. Homegirl says, hey, I have something to tell you. I've been feeling this way for so long. But mind you, as of recently, I've been telling my husband, I feel like something is off between me and her. Like, you know when you have that feeling, ladies? Like, you know when you know. You have a feeling something is off. But everything kept flying over my head. So she asked, can she call me? We get on the phone. And she's like, all right, I got something to tell you. For the past 4 or 5 years, I've never liked you. I've always been jealous of you. I've always hated you. You can predict. My mouth was like, what? I literally kept saying, what? 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 What are you talking about? We were just planning to see each other next month. All of us, our families getting together and having a good time for the holidays. And this is how you were feeling the entire time? But that's not even the half of what she had to say. She goes on to say that she was always praying against the things that I was praying for. So when I was telling her that my husband and I were praying for a baby, and this was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago, when I was telling her these things, she said that she was praying and hoping that we wouldn't conceive. She was praying and believing that when we were pregnant, the baby wouldn't be born. When I was pregnant around like 26, 27 weeks, you know, when you get tests for gestational diabetes, I was actually diagnosed with gestational diabetes. I had to retake the test. So, you know, you call your friend, you tell your friend, whatever, like, hey, like, pray for me and all these things. Girl said that she was praying that the opposite would happen of what we wanted, which is, of course, for the gestational diabetes to be removed so that I can have a healthy pregnancy. If you know anything about gestational diabetes in itself, you know that that's nothing to play with when you are pregnant at all. So the fact that she found that fun and joyful, and I still called her best friend, and she knew that this baby was going to be her godchild, and she felt comfortable feeling that way, blows my mind. So anyways, the whole time we were on the phone, I'm just listening. I'm just quiet because I'm trying to like take in everything that she's saying, because I actually can't believe that these things were going over my head. One time while I was pregnant, it was November of 2022, and I was due March 2023. I came to her because I had a feeling like something was off. And again, like when you feel something is off, you really need to take heed and pray about whatever it is that you feel is off of your spirit. So I said something was off. I addressed it with her, and we agreed that we both can do better as friends. I should have took that as a sign right then and there to dead this friendship. But she assured me that what I was feeling off was not the case. She was genuinely there to be my friend. The same time I felt this way was the same time I had the gestational diabetes, and she felt a way about me being pregnant, I suppose. She continued on to say that she's always felt competition between us. Whenever I started my photography business, she felt competition in there. Whenever she seen that we were essentially making money moves, I'll just say it like that, she felt some sort of way about that. So last year, December, November, I don't know if you've seen on my TikTok page, if you scroll down, I shared that we were facing eviction, right? She knew about that, and her husband knew about that because we were all close. We're like family. So like we're going to the people that we're the most closest to pray for us and to cover us, that of course that we don't end up on the street with a 9-month-old. This girl prayed that we would not have a home to live in. She prayed, she said this out of her own mouth. She was just hoping that we would end up homeless with the 9-month-old that is her godchild, and then still had the audacity to open up her home for us to live there, even though she was feeling these things. She said that it made her feel like they were doing better than us. This is a best friend, somebody that you're confiding in. I was almost like dishing information for her to pray against on me. Did it for me wasn't the fact that she didn't like me this whole entire time. It's that I gave her access to my child, the one that I had prayed for to be here, and I entrusted her to come into agreement with me for this baby. But she had a whole separate agenda this entire time of canceling his life, and I entrusted her to be his godparent. I'm gonna leave it here because she says way more. If you want to hear part 2, then let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna just leave one thing for you ladies. Vet your friendships the same way that you are going to vet your relationships. The same way that you're going to pray and seek God about if this is the person that you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with. You need to be praying and asking God, is this a friendship I need to be pouring myself out into? You need to pray and ask God for discernment when we're sharing things with friends. That is women. Sometimes we just want to get all close because we like the same things. We like content creation. We all just gonna be friends. We like photography. We just all gonna be friends. And no, like ask God, what is the kingdom purpose here for our friendship? Is this somebody I'm going to do life with? Is this somebody I should share my deepest, darkest secrets with? Is this somebody that I can trust with my entire life? Is this somebody I could bring around family? The list goes on. You need to vet your friendships the same exact way that you're going to be vetting your relationships. And that's one thing that I took away from this. And these things for sure will never happen again. Well, all in all, girl, I'm just excited that God has removed the one thing that I knew was a hindrance in my life. And now I can just move forward with what God has for me in this season. But overall, I just feel like this is all crazy. This is like a movie. I can't believe it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
The friend you need to cut off is the friend that always has time for everybody else to do fun things, hang out, talk, whatever, but only has time for you when they have, when they have some problems with their boyfriend or something. That's when they think, oh, let me call Daph, whatever. Cut them.
You know, the type of friend that I can't stand is that they did nothing wrong to me friend. Throw the whole friendship away. These usually are the type of people that play both sides and won't take your feelings into consideration at all. Not only that, people who become friends with those who have wronged you has never set right with me, and it never will. I feel when you open up to your friend and express to them the ways a certain individual has hurt you, and that same friend that you confided in is seen hanging out with or talking with that person the next day, it's weird. It also shows you that that friend that you opened up to doesn't care about the ways that you fully were affected by the situation. And I get not wanting to be involved, but a true friend would never be cool with someone who has betrayed you, who has disrespected you, or has wronged you in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what anyone says. Don't be naive and don't make excuses for people, because not everyone has your best interests at heart. Loyalty is everything. Pick a side. A friend to all is a friend to none.
A lot of y'all are terrible friends and don't even realize it. First of all, if I'm going through stuff and I distance myself and I don't want to be bothered, that's not your business. Don't call me fake for that. Me personally, I just feel like we too grown to be talking every single day of our life. Like, there is real adult stuff going on. Like, we are in a crisis. I do not feel like talking to you every day. That's fine, but I still love you. I still want to be friends with you, but leave me alone. Also, stop telling your friends' business to your other friends. That's very fake. If I'm even telling you my business in the first place, obviously I see you as a real friend, but for you to go sit there and tell your other friends my business, you won't never hear another secret from me again. And secret animosity, especially with female friendships. If you're jealous of somebody, why are you friends with them? Stop wasting each other's time. And that goes into my next part. A lot of y'all are very unsupportive. Like, if my friends say they want to go walk the moon tomorrow, I'm like, send pics, sis. Like, send pics. Be supportive. Just support your friends. It doesn't matter how far-fetched the goal is, because you never know if it'll be achieved or not.
You cut me off because I was no longer that person that you can rely on and constantly bring all of your trauma to me. I didn't want to be that emotional cushion anymore. That was the boundaries that I set. So I stopped taking those phone calls at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I stopped listening to the same problems you were having with the same guy because you wanted to complain and vent, but there was no actual actions within you. And it was kind of pulling me in and sucking me in sometime. So there were moments where I realized I was a bad friend. And there were moments where I realized I was more of the friend and I didn't need to be in that.
Well, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's tea time with Tish, because that was a lot, I'm sure, for many people, and probably triggering for a few guys as well. Because I hear my sister talking about her toxic relationships and friendships as well, and she don't want nobody else around her anymore. But it'd be like that sometimes. As we grow older, anyways, things in life are life learning lessons. Even with my situation, those two individuals I'm talking on, do I have an issue with them? Nah, I don't care for them. If we saw each other in real life, it would never be no beef. I don't have any hatred towards them. Well, nah, let me rephrase myself, because let me not lie. The second friendship I was talking about, where I didn't wish her happy birthday, she blocked me. I don't have an issue with her. If I saw her in person, I wouldn't say hi, and I'm sure she wouldn't say hi to me either, but cool, we can leave that alone. The first person, though, who I hired at my last job, I think it hits a little bit different because, again, I call your mom. I see you on holidays and stuff like that. The friendship's a little bit different in that aspect. So I feel like with her, me and you need to have a conversation, because it's also hurtful. And I want a lot of people to acknowledge the fact that, you know, sometimes you guys do hurt your friends emotionally, and it's hard for them to make new friendships after that. Now they no longer trust people. So be mindful of your actions and how it can affect other people. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect either. Like I said, I hurt my daughter's godmother back in high school, and it took a minute for us to rebuild that friendship and become very close again. So I can acknowledge where I've been wrong in a lot of friendships that I've been into, but this comes with growth and maturity and stuff like that. So for me, like I said, I've made mistakes with other people. You're not going to be the hero in everybody's story. You might have to be the villain sometimes, but own up to it, acknowledge it, and apologize. we need to be grown enough to apologize to people so that people can learn to forgive one another. Sometimes we are the problem. Anywho though, guys, that's it for me for today. Christmas, I'm probably gonna upload a video of me doing a little vlog or something. I think I'm gonna go see my dad tomorrow and just cook, spend time with him and my brother. We're gonna see how that goes. But other than that, y'all, you know, I'll see you again in another video very soon. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. Bye.